Crashworth Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company, TNB, BNT, whatever you want to refer to it as show, presented by Starnes Barber,
I messed him up.
where we cover everything on the court with the North Green Huskies and Lady Huskies basketball teams. As always, I'm joined here with Huskies head coach Sam Tarlton, Lady Huskies head coach James Buchanan.
Shook the winner's hand first.
Oh, I did.
That's deserving. I hit the power button instead of the volume button. I don't even know how to use these things. Get this away from me.
The Orange Man. Texas, they're out of the tournament, ain't they?
Yeah, pretty much. They got Arkansas tonight.
They're in the SEC tournament. They can just win it.
Yeah.
It's never over till it's over.
Hey, it'll be a heck of an NIT championship when Texas and North Carolina play each other.
Neither one of them make it there.
I don't know if either of them will accept
ETSU will be.
Is Carolina still got a chance to get in it?
No? I think I saw they have to win out and beat Duke, and even if they do that, they would only have 2 quad 1 wins. So it's hard to make that argument. So
see you.
Maybe next year.
Do you know their only other quad 1 win?
Arizona. UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
What?
UCLA.
That counts?
Back in December. Another overrated team.
Maybe next year, Carolina.
Hey, you're gonna. I heard. Sometimes I will just go in the locker room and I hear some crazy between my life at home. Liam talking about like he's got some of the worst sports takes I've ever heard.
How old is he?
5th grade.
Understandable.
10.
We all
first
have
off, first off, like a couple weeks ago, he told me Patrick Mahomes is 5th best quarterback in the NFL. 5th best. So that was one of the worst ones I've ever takes I've ever heard. Second was last night. I was putting my clothes on, and I hear these boys. Austin Holloway's always going on something, but I heard Yeshua Vault say that is it Grant Nelson?
For Alabama.
The white guy for Alabama is better than Cooper Flagg.
No.
I thought. And then he asked me like,
and you're trying to coach these kids.
Yeah, serious. I was like, he's like, Coach, who you think's better? I was like, what do you mean?
That ain't even close.
No, I don't know.
Nah, Lord.
Yeshua, that's terrible sports take, but
it is kind of weird to listen to these kids sometimes.
Well, they have no clue what they're talking about.
Some of them do.
The Patrick Mahomes one I might debate just because he did have a bad year.
Liam,
if it comes down to it, though,
going to the Super Bowl's a bad year.
Yeah, he goes.
But sometimes defenses carry.
He thinks all you do like to figure out the best. If you'll just look at stats, the stats tell you everything you need to know.
I tell you who's probably got the best head on their shoulders in this whole school, as far as sports takes. Isaac Gaby.
He is good. Isaac does good.
Isaac knows his stuff. He's a chip off the old Henry block.
They some of these kids live in like a different reality.
They live in fantasy. I tell you, when they find out that you like a certain school or a certain team, then they tell you that somebody on your favorite team sucks, and they'll believe it. And you know how many people, and I don't even acknowledge it now. Yeah, you're probably right. LeBron James sucks. Okay, if that's how you feel. I wonder what good looks like. They're pretty good, Tyler. I'm getting excited.
Lakers.
I'm getting excited.
Lakers. Hey, all coaches' teams are it's going up. Coach, what about our defensive back portal?
We lost Gibson, and McCoy may never make it back.
What do you think? He can't actually do that till like April 16th.
Spring. Yeah.
You think
now we got to spend 2 months trying to find some money. I can't stand this.
But if we do that for everybody, I mean, everybody's going.
Money runs out at some point, I guess.
What do you think, Tyler? You're giggling. You're smirking.
Oh, I'm with him. I hate the NIL.
Yes.
Yeah, this is terrible.
I hate it.
I mean, you're supposed to be going into spring practice here in about 3 weeks, and you got your spring game in April, and you're having to worry about some guy. Is he still using the facilities? Well, probably so, because you're going to try to talk him into coming back. What if he don't? Then he's in there with the people that are committed. I mean, how do you run something like that? That would get frustrating.
It'll be hard.
Do you think there needs to be a governing body in college athletics?
2 guys. Put one in charge of basketball, one in charge of baseball. Mike Krzyzewski. Basketball, man. Basketball and football.
Okay, yeah, you said baseball.
My bad.
Nick Saban.
Put Krzyzewski and Saban in charge of the whole
I don't know if Krzyzewski would do it.
I
think he's just cool to just lay all over.
They keep saying, have you heard is it Matt Painter talk?
Purdue?
Yeah, he's really good, and they say the minute he retires, they need to put him in charge of the whole thing. Because they'll ask him questions just as like post-game press conferences, these hard questions. I mean, he answers them to a T.
Put a lot of thought into it.
Every time. He gave like a 10-minute answer the other night on, they were like, who do you think Indiana should hire and like what should they look for? And then he just like pretty much ripped Indiana fans, pretty much saying that no matter who they hire, that you guys are. He was talking about how they live on both edges too hard, like so great when they're doing just a little bit of good and so bad when they're not. First thing they need to do is get behind some guy and support him, or they're going to continue to have his turnover. Like it was like a 10-minute answer. It was really good.
I think Roy Williams would be a good one for college basketball.
Was he doing that Tennessee game there or not?
He's been at like Cincinnati Bearcat games too. He's been to some weird games recently.
Coming out of retirement?
Maybe he's doing some side quests. I don't know.
Are they keeping? I hear they're keeping old buddy.
Oh, Hubert, yeah, congratulations all North Carolina fans.
They're
Extended
keeping
through
him,
2030.
and then but they're changing view. They're going to hire him one of these GMs.
They saw what Duke did.
You know who was the first team to do that?
Duke.
Just copy. Just copy if you can. Copy if you can.
Tyrese Proctor got hurt last night.
How bad
Did you
was
see
it?
It wasn't bad. It was non-contact, but they say that.
Ain't that the
he'll go
kind of
through
worst?
MRI.
What
Yeah,
body
those are
part?
the worst. Left knee.
Oh no, he's out for the year. You know what? We've got a
hopefully
sleeper
comes
over there.
back.
We got a sleeper.
Who?
They'd give up on him.
Foster?
Yeah. Last year,
If
if
he
you'd
can-
asked me which one of those two was better, I couldn't have told you
I
because
couldn't have either.
it just flipped back and forth, and they've buried Foster. And I understand the Sion James. I understand.
They found the right starting lineup,
Yeah,
and they found the right 6 man off the bench.
and Stewart's shooting well, so I mean it ain't like they won't miss Proctor.
Stewart.
Isaiah
Evans.
Evans.
Yeah.
Who's Stewart?
He plays for the Pistons. Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah.
Went to Washington.
Somebody named
Yeah.
Isaiah. There's another Isaiah in the Bible.
Tell us what he did.
He wrote the book of Isaiah.
Here we go.
You know what he is considered? Okay, I'm going to give you some choices here. Oh, man. Okay, bye, kids. Be good.
That's my class, ain't it?
Both. We got both.
Both. We got.
All right. So, you have...
You want me to tell you how stupid I am? We had an assembly, and they've sent out an email. Obviously, I'm going to tell on myself. Obviously, that second period, or first period's going a little longer, maybe, I guess. And
I
then-
thought they were splitting it.
Well, anyway, they've sent out an email about exactly what's going on, and I'm sitting down there in class waiting on my second period for like 10 minutes.
Didn't read the email.
Nobody was in there, so came back up here.
I hear you got to read the emails to get some good lunch sometimes too.
Sometimes you better pay attention to the emails. They'll be ordering something from somewhere. But Isaiah, you've got a 50-50 chance at this one. Okay, let me put it like this. We'll say Isaiah and Jeremiah. Those are your two choices. One of those is considered the weeping prophet. The other one is considered the messianic prophet. Now, which one goes with which?
The weeping, I'm going to go with Jeremiah.
So you would say that Isaiah is the messianic prophet.
Let's go with that.
Sam, is that how you're going?
I'm going to switch it because
Don't switch it.
yeah, that's how I'm going.
All right. You're right, Tyler.
Okay.
You know why Jeremiah was weeping?
Don't recall.
No. When he wrote his prophecy,
Okay.
it was when the nation was in turmoil and God was getting ready to let out some judgment, so they were about to be carried away into captivity. So he wrote just prior to that and then during that. So it was sad times. And he was all the time talking about how miserable he was and how things just wasn't the same no more. So he's the weeping prophet. Now Isaiah, over or under? You got to take the over or the under. There are 47 chapters in the book of Isaiah. You going over that or under that?
Over.
So it's 47 and a half.
Under.
I'm going to
over.
go 47 chapters. I'm going to go over.
Both of you going over?
Yeah.
It's a big book.
Uh-huh.
You're correct. 66 chapters
Cool.
in the book of Isaiah. And if you start in about chapter 40 through the end, even in the early chapters, there are a lot of references to the Messiah. So that's why he's considered. He wrote more about the Messiah than anybody.
Big game
All right,
Hunter
time
Walters. Hey, tell about what he did.
Come here, Hunter.
Come here, Hunter.
What?
Sit down on this couch.
I don't know.
Sit close right here where they can
Actually,
see.
see if we
clean
can
in.
scoot in
Lean
here
up,
close to
lean
Coach
up,
Tarlton. Just
lean
look
up.
right there at the camera.
Look
See
at
the
here.
All
viewfinder.
right, this
There
is
we
Hunter
go.
Walters.
Right there.
Hunter is a legend,
There you
and
go.
his team at the rec, and I'm gonna take credit for this because he's in my gym class, second period, and he gets to come in here and shoot a lot of basketball, and fine tune his skills, and for the second year, right in a row, back to back, rec league basketball champions, right here, Hunter Walters. Wave at everybody, Hunter. You're on TV.
Only one loss in my career.
He only lost one game in 2 years.
There you go.
Congratulations, Hunter. Now what you want? You want to shoot ball?
Yep.
Go down there and find one.
Thank you.
Good job, buddy. Stay on that far end. Hey, pull that door.
Stay on the
And tell
phone.
this other bunch right here to be quiet.
Alright, thank you so much.
You're welcome, buddy. Right there, yeah.
That's grade A teaching right there.
Hey. Putting out winners. Hunter Walters. Except for Monday night. We took a loss. So we can talk about all them numbers now. I've not looked it up, but I think we won 16 in a row.
16, I think, is what
I think
read.
it might be the longest streak in at least my tenure. I don't know. I'd have to look back to see if anybody before me had a winning streak in a season that long. So that's over. But anyway, it was fun while it lasted. That is something to be kind of proud of, though, I guess. So we're happy for him on that.
One that I was looking around to see if you had the number up here for. What's your most wins in a season?
30.
30?
Yeah.
Very. It's still in the realm of possibility.
I'm not gonna jinx it like you're obviously trying to do.
He was just trying to coach this. We've been one behind the whole year because I flubbed up early. He was just trying to let us catch up.
Call
Now
up
we're just
now,
going to ride
but-
it all the way together.
Maybe, but see, by letting him catch up, he won a district championship and we did.
Oh, so now you'll be one behind
So he's
because
actually
you
up.
got the bye.
Yeah, it'll be off
But
now
so-
until.
So that don't even make none of that I even said makes sense.
That's okay.
uh,
It was a good thought. I thought the same thing.
Actually, I think he needs to get a win. A regional quarterfinal forfeit against the nobody team.
Here you go.
Everybody else has to play that game. I bet he's probably the only team in the state that don't have to play a regional quarterfinal. There might be one other district in Tennessee.
How
where there's-
many, Coach? How many was that? How many times have you been in the district title game in a row?
Tyler said 8 the other night.
That's pretty dang impressive.
I got to think about it after he said that because I forgot all that.
1-5, lost 2, lost 3 now.
Yeah, we've lost 3 straight.
Because it's been
We won
3
5
different
in a row,
winners
lost
the last
3 in a row.
3 years now. It was Hampton, then Cloudland, then Unaka.
Yeah. But I went back to 2010. We played in it in 10 and got beat. We won it in 11. We won it in 13. Didn't play in it in 12. And then in 14, we played in it and lost. 15 couldn't get there. 16, we played in it and lost. 17 didn't get there. And then starting in 18, we won it. 19, 20, 21, 22. And
That's
then
12 out of 15.
13.
13.
Yeah.
We've played in 13 of the last 16.
Wow.
Started at 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
15.
good run.
16? Yeah. 16.
And I think we've won. We've played in 13 of them, and we've won. So we won 5 in a row. And then we won in 11 and 13. So 7. We're like 7 and 6 in district championship games.
That ain't even the one.
Yeah, anything better than 500. That's
you can
good.
tell he just takes him nights off because he always still goes to the state tournament.
Not always. Y'all keep saying that, and you're gonna feel real bad. It's gonna be awkward in here if we're doing some show here in a couple weeks and we didn't go to the state tournament. Y'all are just looking around.
Not everybody can go
What do we
every
do
year.
now, Coach? You blew it this year.
I think you'll get there.
Do we want to jump right into the district tournament since we're on that topic?
We got We'll talk about Sullivan East.
You got Sullivan East, but we are fresh off the district tournament, so I feel like that needs to get talked about.
I'm going to talk
more.
about Sullivan East because we won it. We lost the district tournament.
Well, you did win the semis, too.
I'll talk about those two.
All right, go
And
for
I'm
it.
not talking about the other one.
All right.
You can't make me.
Start with Sullivan East.
I'm just kidding. That's been a long time ago now. What, a week?
8 days.
So we won that game. For some reason, I remember the score, 52-36. Hannah's dealing with a little something. And she's one of them soldiers that... And she has been looked at by our trainer, and they don't think it's anything like super serious. But she's playing through a lot of pain right now, so hats off to her. And it's something like when she starts out, it really hurts. But then when she kind of gets going, it eases up some. So that's what happened against UH. We started that game out, and she played maybe 2 minutes, and you could see it in her face. She was hurting bad. So we had to get her out, and she didn't play the rest of the first quarter. And then during the second quarter, she said she was ready, wanted to try it again, and went out there and looked fine. Played the whole game in the district championship. So I think she's battling through quite a bit. Still doing pretty good. Played well against UH, I thought, especially defensively. Held them to 14. Had some pretty balanced scoring, too, I think, in that game. Hannah might have had 14, and then we had a lot of 8s and sixes and
like 7 total players scored.
And then against Unaka the other night in the championship game, I don't know, it seems like they had an answer for everything we were trying to do. And then we had just it wasn't a lot, but I'd say it's probably maybe a half dozen breakdowns where we were supposed to be guarding a certain action a certain way. And we messed it up, and they would hit a shot. They'd hit a 3. And we busted a couple timeouts there just trying to remind them that is not how we said we were going to do this. And when we got into the locker room after the game was over with and got beat, I said, girls, here's what you've got to realize. When you're in the postseason and you're playing against good competition in championship games, you have to automatically assume that if you do something incorrectly, that the other team will make you pay for it. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't be in this championship game. And it's not going to be one of these games where you can screw something up and still win. Or screw something up and still, they don't make you pay for it. So I said, you should expect that. And we actually got what we deserved, I felt like. They made us pay. I think they hit 13 threes.
Okay.
And
yes, you're up 39 of their 45 points.
Yeah, they only had 6 points. Yeah, they had 3 field goals inside the arc.
Okay, no free throws?
They were 0 for 4. So that's kind of unusual.
Very.
A team scores 6 points from inside the arc, 0 points from the foul line, and they win a game.
Does that speak about today's
No,
game
it
of
speaks
basketball,
about
though?
Unaka. Maybe. But Unaka's
It's
always
three-point
been a
line
three-point
now.
shooting
Yeah.
team. So hats off to them. They had 4 different players knock some down. So congratulations to them. They deserve that. I think our kids came in the next day ready to go back to work. So I don't believe we're done yet. Got to play Hancock County in here. Friday night, 7 o'clock, 1 game only. $7 admission. That's been set by the schools involved in the regional tournament and the host, which is West Ridge. These first round games are satellite games. And in case you don't know what that means, they decided to do that several years back where if you finish first or second in the district, then you host a first round regional game against the other district's 3rd or 4th place team. So we're hosting the 3rd place Hancock. Just played them there a couple weeks ago, seems like. So that's our next one, 7 o'clock, 1 game only, $7 admission for those of you that are interested or want to know what the deal is. And then Sam would have played in a first round regional game Saturday at 7. But I think the reason he did this is he likes these old boys here, Calvin and Roger, that work so hard at our school.
Wanted to give them a night off.
He wanted to make it to where they didn't have to stay late and clean up Friday night after our game to get ready for a Saturday game. So he just won the district championship
That was it.
to get a
What
bye.
we talked about yesterday.
And
Is
if
that
you're
the
wondering
plaque
why
right
he gets a bye,
Is that the plaque right there?
no, that's the loser one.
Oh.
Where's them go?
In a closet down
There
here
you
in the
go.
training room, in the bottom of a closet, never to be seen again. But anyway, Sam's goes on display out here in the lobby. We have I wish we could, if we had enough space, We do put up if we go to a sub-state. If we lose a regional championship game, those teams still go to sub-state, which I think is a huge accomplishment. So we do have a space on our wall around the corner there where the concession stand is for regional runner-ups. But our lobby, and it's not because we have so many plaques and we're better than the world. Our lobby's small, so we don't have a whole lot of space to display stuff. So we put up district championships, regional runner-up. And then we got a few special things we have in actual trophy cases. Sam's will be on display. Ours, if you want to look at it, then you'll have to come ask me and I'll dig it out of a closet. We just don't have room to put up those district runner-ups.
Coach has got the coolest one out there. He's got a big silver ball.
That's the wrong color.
Where's that? Is it in the case?
As soon as you walk out of the gym, you look right there in front of you.
He's going to get one of them gold ones for
Fun
you.
fact, 1979 softball's state runner-up
Oh,
here at North Green. We've got 2 state runner-ups. But Sam, the reason he don't play Saturday is because District 2, their 4th place team is supposed to come play our champion, but they don't have 4 teams. So he gets a bye. This man gets a week off.
If that's good or bad.
He'd be kicked back, watch a Netflix series.
What you on now?
Well, I'll tell you what, that I meant to watch Sunday that I haven't watched yet is that the first 1923.
Oh yeah,
Sunday.
you talked about that last time.
James was telling me something about the Olympics. I may watch.
Did you watch that, Tyler?
The USA basketball.
Court of Gold or something like
I've
that?
not watched it
I've
yet.
watched all 6 episodes, and 4 of them was the other night.
Was it good?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a inside look at what all them guys go through. What was weird about it, I think Barack Obama, have you ever heard of him?
Mm-mm.
Maybe I'm saying that wrong.
I get.
Barack Obama, maybe.
You started laughing and it hit me.
He was like the producer.
He always tells his kids it's Tupac Shakur.
You know him, though.
Yeah, I do know him.
You know Tupac Shakur? He was around when I was in school.
Yep.
Dropping some beats.
Dropping some beats.
But anyway, at Barack Obama, he was like the producer of this, and I thought this was really odd. Of course, LeBron's in it a lot, just the highlights and some of the team huddle stuff, but as far as sit down interviews, not one. All those sit downs were Durant, Curry. I'll take you just have to watch the series. It's pretty good. It's a little inside look, and it wasn't just America either.
I saw the one clip of Serbia going crazy in the locker room about how they weren't guarding Durant, and he was like 4 or 5 from 3 or something.
That coach got pretty upset.
Yeah. Well, rightfully so. There's no reason to guard Bam in the corner if KD's spraying from 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jokic is the one trying to explain that.
Jokic
but then the coach steps in and says, "It's my mistake. I should have never put you on Durant in the first place." And I don't know who he was getting on, but it was one of his players.
Have you seen that thing with Rick Pitino, that Red Storm Rising?
I've not watched it yet.
Oh my, that's good.
Is that on
Year
Netflix?
I don't know what that's on. I just see clips of it on my Twitter. You talk about a halftime speech.
I've seen that, yeah.
Well, he gave one the other night.
He coaches them like a lot of coaches won't coach anymore.
I don't know if you can.
Ricky B does.
Ricky B does. But he does it without the cussing, supposedly.
He used to, and he
Hey,
has changed.
Did you see that clip of Grant Williams? He was on Theo Pinson. He killed your Dookies a couple years ago. Remember that?
I don't even acknowledge Theo Pinson.
Anyway.
He's one of the worst players that ever had success that I can ever remember.
Well, he's got a
I don't hate
podcast.
Theo too much.
He's got a podcast, and he had Grant Williams on there, and it's like a whole 8-minute thing talking about Barnes, talking about how hard his practices were. He said that Barnes picks out one guy each practice that he just rides the entire time. He was talking about the day it was him. He was saying if you, Coach Barnes still gets on you, but he heard like when he was at Texas from KD and PJ Tucker that he got on him way worse then, and he cussed why he did it then. And he said he made KD and PJ Tucker cry. That's what he said. That they told him himself. He said it was pretty much so bad that he had to get saved. That's what he said.
That'll change you.
So bad that he had to get saved. He got on him so bad he had to get saved.
That's a great story. He spoke at the Greene County Baccalaureate service. That might have been your senior year for all I know, Tyler. When'd you
Barnes,
graduate?
17.
You know they did that at Tusculum. where all the high schools would go to Tusculum. Sometimes it wasn't very well attended. That was always my thing. I would
Graduations?
No,
The baccalaureate?
the baccalaureate.
I never went to it.
I would go and I'd count the caps. And then I would always say, well, we only have about, maybe 75 kids graduating. So we've got 20 people here. So we've got, maybe about a third, but 30% of our graduating classes here. And then you look at Greenville, and they'd have probably, 200 graduates, 200 plus. And then you count, and they'd have the most people there. But percentage-wise, I always kind of felt like our school did okay. And it never was really well attended, and I can't believe, I guess it's where people just, when Barnes came from Texas, nobody cared about him yet. Because nobody cares about Texas around here. I mean, I don't know why you live in Tennessee and care about Texas sports.
Very few people that do.
But anyway, Barnes, it was like one of his first years coaching. And he was the keynote speaker. And I thought, well, this place will be packed. And it was. I mean, there was a good crowd. There just wasn't as many graduates as I was hoping for. But he told the story of how his life got turned around. Come home from a game or a practice, and he said his wife and his 2 daughters are sitting there at the table, at the coffee table, and on the couch, they're crying. And he come in and said he thought somebody died.
Mm-hmm.
And he come in and said, "What is wrong?" I said, "We're worried about you, Dad." And started talking to him about his soul. He said, what's sad is that should have been him having those type of conversations with his kids. But it took his kids having that conversation with him before he really started putting a lot of thought into that. Rick Barnes, what a guy. Big road win down at LSU last night. Got Alabama coming in Saturday.
Won me a coconut Red Bull off Austin Holloway for the
LSU win?
No, he's coming there telling something about Florida, and I said, I bet Florida gets beat tonight on the road.
For a while, it was bad.
At Georgia was 26 there for a while.
Then they came back, took the lead.
And old Blue Cane, Tennessee's own.
Yeah.
All right, enough about all that. I've already talked all the basketball I'm talking. Let's hear from the champ.
What we're talking about? Southern East.
Anything you want to
start.
Sam,
It's whatever you want to
champ. You
want to go to
I
championship
thought
first, then East.
We'll go East first. We'll build it up.
All right.
East was, man, that was a good game for us. A good last game, regular season, because I think most people don't understand this. They just look at the other team's record. I think in boys and girls, their record isn't good, but they played a tough schedule. They have their own little Thanksgiving tournament. Then they had to play in whatever the Arby's call it now, and then their league is as good as any league around. So, man, they're battle tested, and we look up, and I think halfway through the fourth quarter, we're down. I'm over there, I guess, 4 minutes to go. Call a couple timeouts. I'm challenging manhoods and everything else.
There wasn't a lot of X's and O's being discussed in those huddles.
Coach is right behind the bench. I'm challenging manhoods.
Yeah.
So
it worked. I thought Tyler stepped up.
Yeah,
And had some big plays down the stretch.
Tyler and Jaden were really, I thought, the difference in that game, toughness wise on defense there at the end. They made some plays. Tyler got a big offensive rebound. He had a really good stretch where he got a big offensive rebound, and then he put it back. Then he got a steal, went down and got fouled, and then he got a little floater. So he had 5 or 6 points there in a short stretch. They really was physical with us as far as how they guarded us. It was just a really good game, to prepare you for the tournament play. So that was a good win. I think that made 25 for us in the regular season. So, that's anytime you can do that, especially with some of the stuff, some of the adversity we've gone through and some of the stuff we lost. I've never been more proud of a group. But like I told you last night, that's all kind of for none if you don't finish it the right way. First round against Cloudland, I thought we handled business. I think 1 point in the first quarter, something like that. It seemed
16 to 1 and
16
then
to
30 to
4
4 at the half.
to 1.
Maybe.
I think it was 16 because I think they almost
I'm
doubled
sure
up
you're right, Tyler.
their total from the first half.
This is your job. You're supposed to know stuff like that.
I remember some scores. That's one you remember when you allow 1 point.
Well,
That's a pretty.
What I really liked about that game is, we started. Sometimes you can, kind of float through those 1-4 games and it'd be close. We started how we wanted to start, and then when our younger kids came in, I thought they did some really great things. I'm gonna give Havoc a plug. He played. He played really well. He's a kid that before he leaves here, he's going to have to help us. And consistency is a big thing for him. Just, his consistency in practice. When he starts doing that, he's going to be able to help us. So that's kind of going to be up to him. But he played really well the other night. Those other young guys I thought played well in their time. And then the older guys that usually get to play took care of business. That led us up to last night. UNECA's been playing really well. Some people call that an upset against University High. I don't really know that it is. I think kind of us three are anybody can beat anybody on a given night. But man, they hit us in the mouth early. Kind of like I thought Coach just mentioned this. You talk about how you want to guard stuff, and then I don't know if it's like the pressure of like a championship game or they get a little unfocused. We were not doing what we were trying to do defensively the first quarter last night.
Did you not give up 17 in the first quarter, and then they finished the game with 37? So they go 3 quarters and scored 20.
They scored one. They scored that layup with like point something.
Oh yeah, that don't count.
So yeah, we gave up 17 in the first, and then 20 the rest of the game, and all that is doing what we talked about doing. We were missing like where we're supposed to be doubling from, and we're giving up offensive rebounds to kids off the bench. Just I don't know, just stuff that you don't
I think
normally
what
do.
particularly might have made Sam angry is they might have had a young man that is not known for his scoring that got in the book last night shortly before the half.
Scored 5 straight. Well,
apparently that matched his season total, according to Sam.
Sometimes I'll make up stuff.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. At the Christmas tournament at Cherokee.
Yeah.
Hancock. I'm walking in. Some reason the Coach Lawrence always laughs at me. I had this boy having 22. Had him having 22 at the half. He's got 22 points for us. He's killing us. I looked in the book at the end. Guess how many he had? At the end of the game, not halftime.
8.
He had 8. It felt like 22. Sometimes it does.
It does, yeah.
But no, I thought that was funny. Second half, or really the last 3 quarters, defensively, we did exactly what we were trying to do. I thought we rebounded very well. Lance had a good start. He had 8 points in the first quarter. Lawson, golly, we're a different team when he's aggressive, and I didn't think he was aggressive at all the first half, and we challenged him at halftime, and he had 8 in the third, had a really good second half, 10 points, and then, Jaden and Tyler just defensively, they do. Jaden getting through all those double screens and all those ball screens, and then Tyler, Thomas and Jaden do most of and Bubba do most of the guarding on the best player. So they're like on the ball. But I have to say, Tyler, just smarts-wise, off the ball, there's a lot of stuff that I ask him to do that I don't think most people are smart enough to do. Because you might have to go double if this happens, but don't go if this happens, and help from here, this and that and the other.
It's a lot to process.
It is a lot to process. When you're guarding the best player, you're guarding the best player.
Mm-hmm.
When you have all that smart stuff, it takes a special player to do that. And I thought after the first quarter, I thought he done that really well. Yeah, he is smart, and that's so valuable to a program. And then, man, I never thought that you'd see the day that this happened, but I'm going to brag on Lance Carrico's defense. Did you hear that, Coach?
Lance Carrico's defense. I didn't even think those words fit the same sentence unless you added the word bad in there. Or he's come a long way.
Golly, he's
the MVP.
He is. Congratulations to him. But Harden had 30 against UH. Now, a lot of that has to do with the doubles and stuff. But I thought we held him to 6. And Lance did a great job guarding.
Somebody must have missed a double early because he got a left shoulder right-handed jump hook.
Yeah.
Early in the game, and I'm thinking, well, I'm sure that's not supposed to happen.
No, I don't know what we were doing the whole first quarter. We didn't double at all.
There was one bucket too. I remember down there on their side of the bench. What did that have been? Second half.
Yeah.
He was just left not boxed out.
We
That
did
was a rebound.
Put back.
So yeah.
Well, that
contested. I think he might have had 2 points off of a contested shot.
That's so hard.
Wasn't that one of them where they're saving the ball in bounds?
Well, no,
and then somebody shoots one.
It was almost like they drove, so then Lance has to help. And then they just threw it, like in the NBA, they just throw it up there on the rim. Well, Then you got a guard. It was actually Jaden Bailey, who does a great job for being so small, usually doing this. It was Jaden Bailey versus him. And what you got to do is you just got to foul him into the wall and hope they don't call it. you can't just stand behind him. Usually you get an and one, but we gave up a layup there. But I mean, if you can give up a player like that 6 points, you've done a pretty good job. And then Thomas, man, he played just great in the fourth quarter. I don't know how many he had. 7, I think I read in the paper.
In the fourth quarter, can't remember off the top.
But what teams are doing is they're taking their man, and I don't know if it's the right thing to do or not, because when they don't, usually Lance Tyler or Lawson will get off, but they're taking his man, just sticking him in the middle of the paint, and he's doing a great job about being a cutter on the backside, and we're finding him well. He's offensive rebounding, so just stuff that I'm proud of him for, just being just a complete team. That's how we got to win. I think I told you 17 in the first quarter ain't us. I heard Jimmy Dykes say this the other day. I can't remember who he said it about.
I have to turn the volume down with Jimmy Dykes.
Yeah, it might be like 10. I don't know if he said about Tennessee or Texas A&M. He's talking about how that team, they just drag you into the mud with them.
You used that quote last
Yeah,
time.
we got to do that. We got to just drag the other team into the mud and muck it up. And
He used to make fun of me for winning games like that, and last night he wins one. 41 to
I
whatever
look
it
up
was.
here at all these balls, and I just start saying, well, maybe that works. That's what we got to do. Never been more proud of a team for just how they listen and try to do what you ask them to do, and how they execute, and how they. It don't matter, whether it's Thomas or whoever it is, Lance, Lawson, Tyler, Jaden, Bubba, Isaac Gaby, come in there and gave us
Got a big bucket.
Yeah, got a big bucket, gave us some good minutes. So it's just a team, and
It's one of them where you wasn't scoring,
Mhm.
and they'd stretched it out. What'd they get up? 9, 8?
9.
they got up 7.5 and 9.
Yeah, because they scored Harden scored the first bucket in the second half, and it got up to 9, and then I think you went on a
11-0.
11-0 run, because that was 30 to. I can't remember the exact score now.
Yeah.
29 to 18.
Most reporters have their stuff.
What was it at halftime?
He's been
25 to 18. So it was 27-18.
And then we got
And
up
then
31,
you got up
29.
32-31 to end the
Okay.
half. So after that, it was a 14-4 run the rest of the half.
This ain't like an actual press conference type thing. This is a sit down, so
Yeah.
you don't need notes for
Here's
that.
what's funny is
I
if you
do a
mess,
great job,
if you
Tyler.
mess it up, Tyler, they'll let you know about it.
Oh, they will.
They let me. But anyway, proud of our kids. I hate to sound like a Debbie Downer, but I really do believe this. Then the next one's a big one. That semifinal game is the most scary game.
It's the most important game of the year.
And maybe you shouldn't feel like this, but Coach, I do. Like, you can have a great year, and it's almost like if you're expected to go a little bit further, it kind of leaves you a little bit disappointed if you can't. You shouldn't think like that, though, because we've done great things. So, I mean,
But when you view yourself as a team that can make it farther, you obviously feel like the season ended before it ended prematurely.
I guess so.
I mean, you could bring up, I'm not going to throw teams' names out there, but you can think of multiple teams in the county over the last 5, 6, 7 years that probably should have made it to the state tournament but didn't because of that game alone. Not
we
a
don't want to
sub-state
throw them
game.
under the bus,
Yeah.
but I can speak as a Duke fan. Last year, when it's Filipowski and that crew, and they go to what, Elite Eight?
Elite 8 loses North Carolina State again.
Overachieved. So when you look at their win-loss record, and it's fairly good, they're always in the high 20s, and then you make it to the Elite Eight, good year. The year before that, I think when Tennessee beat them,
Round of 32 when they had won 9 straight and won the ACC title.
when they win the ACC championship, you've got Lively and Whitehead and some of them.
Rookie Proctor, rookie Filipowski.
You might have a better record, but you didn't make it as far. So you just view that as a disappointment. So, I mean, I know exactly what Sam's saying. There, what was it? 2 years ago, we had all those injuries.
Mm-hmm.
We go 20 and 18. I'm talking about North Green girls. Most people look at 20 and 18 and be like, that ain't a very good year. That's one of my favorite years just because they maxed out.
Yep.
And then won some big games late.
The nasty 9.
Yep. So, I know what you're feeling. I feel it myself. Hey, I know what we need to do. Are we done with the district?
Done with the district.
I think we need to cut it.
Well, hold on. Before we do, where'd you say you read Darnell's point total at?
What do you mean?
You said you read it from where?
Oh, I read it on tape.
Oh, okay. You said the paper.
I always call it the paper.
I was about to say, did you see them there last night? I did.
They'll be here when we go to the state tournament.
That's the only time they ever do.
If we go.
Anyway, let's go to break. We'll be right back.
they say
Shots over the region tournament. We'll be right back after this break here on Grassroots Media.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts. The Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
My name is Robert Starnes. I'm a lifelong resident of Northern Greene County, where I currently reside here with my wife and 3 children. I was a barber in Greenville for the last 6 years, but I have recently changed locations to my new shop in Baileyton. It's at 285 Mortis Hollow Lane, Afton. I'm also a proud supporter of North Greene Athletics. Come see me for all of your men and boys grooming needs. Go Huskies!
Baileyton Drug Company services the surrounding communities of Baileyton with excellent patient care using a full-line pharmacy, over-the-counter selections, and a convenient drive-thru. When you visit us, you are treated as a neighbor, not a number. It's not just our slogan, but our culture. We're investing in our patients, local schools, and community. For over 5 years now, we have established ourselves as an independently family-run pharmacy that isn't driven by corporate goals. We are driven by what is best for your overall health and wellness. We're conveniently located so you don't have to make the drive. Prescription drugs are just the tip of the iceberg. We also offer natural remedies, essential oils, at-home medical needs such as walkers, rollators, bath accessories, as well as wound care products. And coming soon, basic urgent care services. What makes us better than other drugstores out there? When you frequent Baileyton Drug, you will receive professional, courteous, and friendly service that goes above and beyond any other pharmacy in the area. Remember, you're a neighbor, not a number.
You'll know why that we're going with this song.
I saw the playlist it's in. I think I know it.
Pretty long build-up. Here we go. We're about to get some action here.
If you smell what the final boss
Can you do the eyebrow?
is cooking,
Maybe.
Show everybody. This ain't the good part. Oh, come on.
Oh, right in the middle.
That's right. Don't speak when we're in here playing the Rock's music.
What if that was Susan that came over?
She knows.
Even better.
Well, here's the good part.
Whose theme song?
Right.
There we go.
The final boss version.
We didn't talk about wrestling the first time. We got to. You know what he does? Is that
No, this is what Donald Trump does.
Pardon the interruption. This time we're going to have our morning announcements. The regional tournament will continue on Monday night with the girls playing.
Yeah, man.
And then the boys, I think, will be playing on Tuesday night. We want to wish those teams
Hey,
well as they continue
They
in their
already know
tournament
coaches.
play. Thank you and have a good day.
Monday.
All right. We'll have to slide this back in because, man, we were playing the final boss version. And then here come the morning announcements. But Sam's got to go watch his third period skinny here shortly. So here's what I wanted to do with the back half, the after the break section. I wanted to acknowledge all the kids that made all conference and all tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard for him to preview because he don't play for a week.
Yeah,
and
not 6 days.
really it's kind of up in the air as far as who it's going to be. And I kind of already previewed Hancock. So there ain't a whole lot of stuff to be previewing. So I can tell you this, then we'll Coach, tell us the boys first in case you have to get out here.
I know all tournament last night was Lawson, Tyler Britton, Thomas, and then Lance Scott tournament MVP.
MVP.
So congratulations to all 4 of them.
MVP. MVP. Yeah, Lance Carrico. Good job, all you boys.
And then we were able to get 4 of them on the all district or all a conference team. Yeah, as well. Same 4. I wanted to throw Jaden in there. I thought he does a lot for our team.
Didn't mention it. He had 3 offensive rebounds last night.
He averages right at 3.
That offensive rebound is crazy.
So, I mean, it takes everybody. Bubba and Isaac played big minutes for us. That's the good thing about our bunch. It's kind of the sum of all the parts. We know our roles very, very well, and that's why we've been able to have as much success as we had. So it's been great so far, but we got to win this next
Coach of the Year also.
Oh, yeah.
Coach of the Year also.
I didn't win that. Audrey Freshour won.
For what?
Coach of the Year.
You're
You didn't see her go out there and get it?
I wasn't there.
You should have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, our Coach of the Year is Audrey Freshour.
Mine's probably Joe and Liam then. Joe Graham, Liam Mango.
They do.
Yeah.
Sit over.
You know what they told me? They told me last night, we're about to tip it up. I said, Coach, I'll be right back for the second half. So where you boys going? They said, we're going to bear play.
Oh, behind the bleachers? Yeah. I sat up there, so I'm looking over there seeing them.
Well, you stunk early.
Yeah. So when
they came back,
so
you turned it around.
They had to save us. They really did save us.
Coaches of the Year, Liam and Joa.
And Audrey.
Audrey has added so much to our school and our basketball. Well,
I didn't know who you were talking about at first.
She started hanging out with volleyball a couple years ago. And then she started coming over to some basketball games. And golly, you talk about, I wish I could bring as much joy to a room as she does when she walks in it. But yeah, she went out there very deserving, Coach of the Year. And then my kids, I don't know, why do we even have an honorable mention list? Because it never gets read off.
For like all conference?
Yes, I always ask every year. I said, now we're going to read these names off because these are the ones that. And the process is this, in case any of you people ever get upset and mad. All we can do as coaches is nominate our players. Now, sometimes I nominate more than maybe I should. I don't know. This year I nominated 7 people. I nominated the 7 people that's in our rotation that play the most minutes because they all contribute and do great things for us. So then you have this whole big list of nominees, and you go through and rank them, how you feel like whoever the best player in the league is, in your opinion, you give them a 1. The thing is, though, you can't rank your own. And so Hannah Miller got Player of the Year in the conference. I actually wanted to mention the fact that the other 3 coaches all gave her a 1. So it was unanimous. Player of the Year. That's the lowest you could possibly get. 3. Is 3. So anyway, congratulations to her. And then you have so many that make the team. And then the ones that don't make the all-conference team are on the honorable mention list. Now, they don't get a medal or a plaque or nothing, but they're supposed to get their names read off. And we usually have like 6, 7 kids between all 4 schools that get left off. Nobody ever reads that.
Do you have an honorable mention?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Mine was Katie McDevitt and Josie Graham.
Confused by the whole thing, too.
What's confusing about that?
Well, I'll take a picture of the what they're supposed to announce. It's not even on there.
Well, it ain't cause we ain't handed it. And Lord, golly, I hope nobody from Westridge sees this and gets upset. Now, it may get lost in the translation.
I don't think it's no fault of Westridge. Westridge just hosts. They don't.
Yeah, so
there's nothing to them.
It's probably something we ain't writing down right, or maybe I can do better in the future as far as typing out every word they're supposed to say. But anyway, congrats to Josie and Katie making the honorable mention list. And then, of course, Hannah, we already mentioned Player of the Year. And then Mercy, Lauren, Cadence, and Ella all made all conference.
Did
and
they
then,
way?
Yeah, you're way late.
We're good. No. Sorry. Keep
then
going.
all tournament was Ella, Mercy, and Hannah. So that's what I want to do at the back half of the program today. Just acknowledge those kids that got those special awards.
They deserve it. We got a bunch of good kids around here.
Yep.
So I guess region tournament coming up. We talked about it. You got Hancock County
Who
Friday.
you covering Friday?
7 o'clock here. Don't
Tyler?
know yet. Saturday, you got the night off. You can sit at home, watch Alabama, Tennessee, whatever you want.
Another reason that we know that this man won last night, I mean, you could sense the urgency. Because really, let's be honest.
It's the urgency. Because you always sense the urgency in me.
If you win that game, you're a district champion. You're still going to have a tough semi-opponent. If you lose that game, whatever, you're going to have a tough semi-opponent. So, I think Sam really got to weighing this out, and he thought, we need to do everything we can to win because the Elimination Chamber is Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't want me to miss that.
I wanted to mention it, whatever we were talking about, stuff on Netflix. There's something on Netflix he can watch, and that's Monday Night Raw.
That's right.
If you're interested in that, you can watch Monday Night Raw.
Hey, go
They've
back and
shortened
watch
it
it
now.
like
It's
the
no
next.
longer 3
They take
hours.
if you watch it live, it is.
It what?
They have commercials if you watch it live. If you watch it on, like, after it's over with,
Oh, okay.
they take all the commercials out and it drops it to like 2.5 hours.
No, that's how it is live now.
No commercials?
No. Well, they have commercials, but it's 2.5 hours.
When you go back and watch it later, it's even shorter then because
Oh, really?
it fades out and you can tell they're going to commercial and it comes right back.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Hadn't watched any of the reruns.
You can watch
yet.
it like 2 hours now.
Cool. That's even better.
I watch it in 1 hour because I fast forward a lot
I'll
of it.
be honest, I don't like the 3 hour shows. 3 hours is
That's-
too much.
yeah,
Because
it's
by
a
the
little
time
much.
you get to the main event that they announce and you're ready to watch it, you just kind of burn out. I mean, they've got some good mid card talent, but at the same time,
Well,
some of
watch
it's just
some.
a
Here's
little
something
boring.
else I do. Watch something else.
While you're watching it?
Like the first hour, and then start it from the beginning, and you can fast forward through every commercial, and you usually end at the same time the show ends. You almost get caught up. I know how to watch TV. I'm a pro at it.
Boys, I
Maybe-
gotta go third period.
All right.
Elimination
That's
Chamber.
too.
Sam, who's your pick? You've got
It's J Uso. See you on.
he ain't it. All right, John Cena,
Okay.
CM Punk, Drew McIntyre,
Never heard of it.
Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, who's the other one?
Damien Priest.
And Damian Priest. You got a 1 in 6 chance. And the winner is supposed to take on Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
John Cena.
You're
I
going
like that pick. He's
He's
going to
going
steal mine
Cena.
again.
John Cena.
Actually, he's not going to steal mine. I feel like you will steal mine.
Boys, be good.
All right.
Appreciate it, Sam.
I thought Punk was going to win the Rumble,
Are you picking him again?
so I'm going with him in the chamber.
Dang it. That's what I was going with.
What skinny we got?
So,
Third.
if he took John and you took Punk,
You can pick the same guy.
if I have to pick the same guy,
Who makes the best match with Cody Rhodes? It has to be
I
Punk.
think Punk. Because, it doesn't make any sense to do Cena.
I think they're
And
gonna
I hate
turn
to say
Punk
this,
heel.
I think I mentioned it to you last week. The last 2 Elimination Chambers, Logan Paul has costed somebody the chance to win the match, and that was his WrestleMania opponent. I think he does that again this year with John Cena. He gets eliminated as the last 3 left, Punk, Cena, and Paul. Paul gets eliminated, and then when the match is still going on between Punk and Cena, he's got those stupid brass knuckles he's going to take out. He's going to hit Cena. Punk either just pins him or hits a GTS, makes it to WrestleMania.
I think you're right.
Wrestles Cody. Then they're going to set up Logan and John. Hopefully set up Seth and Roman, since Seth isn't going to win.
But what is this?
And then I guess Drew and Priest.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Drew
how
and
you're
Priest
going
has been coming.
I guess, but I mean, I'm excited for this one because just like the Rumble, this may be the most stacked, or definitely one of the most stacked Elimination Chamber matches ever.
What's the deal with The Rock? What is this going to do? Because everybody knows Cody's going to not
People have
accept
so
this.
many theories behind it too. I honestly hope he does. Have you
There's
seen?
no way he
Have
will.
you seen a heel Cody Rhodes?
Not back. I mean, not since back when it didn't matter. When it was like Stardust.
I know you don't follow a lot like New Japan Pro Wrestling when he was over there. Way better than he is as a face. When Cody Rhodes turns heel,
No.
it will elevate him just as much as it did Roman.
But this ain't the right time.
It's not the right time.
See,
I agree.
They never liked Roman.
But I think they're planting the seeds for it to happen.
Maybe. See, what they were doing with Roman, they were pushing him, and people didn't want him to be pushed, so they hated him as a face. So it became obvious what you're supposed to do: turn him heel.
Yep.
With Rhodes, they're still. Come on in, Coach.
I actually just put that chair up.
Yeah, come sit down and eat. We got Coach Tilson coming in. Sam left.
Come
Here
on.
Eric.
We got the chair back for you.
But you can use that chair as your kitchen table.
There we go.
But what we got in there today? Steak and gravy, mashed taters and green beans. Thanksgiving all over again. Good job, North Green Cafeteria. Can't wait to get in there. But
Hey, shout out to them. When I used to do the Jason Lowe show and the Danny Weems show in there, they used to offer me free Propel water every single time.
Really?
Shout out to them.
We're under new management now, so you may not get that same deal.
Well, that's okay. Shout out to the management that did offer it.
All right. So, what was I saying? Something about
Elimination. Roman. The reason they turned him heel.
But Cody, he's selling too much merchandise, and he's still
You're
got.
right.
It's like the whole. Why did they never turn Cena heel? Because of kids and because of money. So I don't see it. I don't see Rhodes turn. He'll refuse this little offer from The Rock, but I can't figure out how that plays into WrestleMania season.
Yeah, you got a good point. Well,
what's The Rock supposed to like join forces with CM Punk and go against him at WrestleMania?
Well, theories that people have is somebody's got to accept the offer because I think what they're looking at is, I think, what was it, 27 years ago when Rock won the title in '98, he became the corporate champion.
Yeah.
At that Survivor Series, so I think that's what they're maybe trying to relive. Is kind
I read
of
this.
The Rock comes in saying, "Hey, I got more power than anybody. I want a corporate champion, and we're going to run the WWE with an iron fist. But who is that going to be? And I don't think it's going to be Cody.
Well,
so somebody's going to sell out to do it.
That ain't Punk's MO. Oh no, you know who it might be? Logan Paul.
I have a feeling it might be too.
Oh, that means he wins the chamber.
No.
Well.
No, what they might do is they might wait, have Cody refuse at the chamber, and then wait, and maybe Punk does accept it and it happens at Mania.
Punk won't accept it.
You don't think so?
He ain't nobody's.
You are
that
right.
That just messes his whole gimmick up.
But I think the whole point behind it is who's going to sell their soul. So it's got to be somebody.
Be Logan Paul.
You know who I really think it's going to be though?
Priest.
Nope, Drew McIntyre. He's been screwed so much over the last 3 years. I think at this point he'll do anything.
Priest would be good at that too.
Priest would be good at it, but I think they did a good job at turning him face after his heel run. That I don't know if they want to go back to him being a heel. I feel like Drew is the perfect one for it.
Maybe so.
He's been screwed. Look at Clash of the Castle when Solo debuted. Then you got Clash of the Castle again last year when Punk came in and screwed him.
That means Drew wins the chamber somehow.
I don't think so. I think they wait and do it after Mania though.
Think so?
Yeah. I don't think they.
The Rock disappears after Mania.
The thing that I've noticed though from Triple H's WWE is they don't rush things a lot either.
Actually, this last thing, I heard that The Rock did not inform him that he was going to be at SmackDown until like 2 days before, and they started trying to figure out, well, how can we do this? I mean, I've heard that all this is off the cuff.
Did you watch SmackDown?
Yeah.
Did you see the Liv and Raquel attack on, what was it, Bianca and Naomi?
Supposedly.
Well, that was supposed to be a match.
It was Monday.
But on Friday, it was supposed to be a match. And the reason it was only like a 5-minute attack segment is because of The Rock. They had the match scheduled for Friday, and when The Rock came in, they were like, sorry, ladies, your time is getting shrunk. We'll move that to Monday. There was another segment, too, that got cut. I can't remember what it was.
Probably when LA Knight came out with
R-Truth. Maybe, I don't know. That was funny, though. Louisiana Knight.
Yeah, he told him.
R-Truth is
he's the best.
Gem. He is a gem.
Yeah.
It's crazy how long he's been around, too.
He says John Cena is his childhood hero, so he mimics his moves, but he's older than John Cena.
That's true. He's been around longer than John, too.
Yeah.
He was in the WWE in the early 2000s, like 2001.
Well, we got WrestleMania season. We got all that covered. We got our takes anyway. So it's on air. Our takes.
Hopefully the people that watch it for wrestling do get to see this. We didn't do it the first half, so. The good thing about Facebook and YouTube is you can skip through it and find it.
Yeah. So we've got like NBA. We're still.
That smells so good.
Hey, it's pretty
that
good.
Smells so good.
You want to eat in there today? $3.50 or so. What is it, Coach?
$3.25.
Look at that.
That's not bad. It's cheaper than about anything.
And they got like you can get Pepsi Zero or a Propel.
Hey.
Now that might add
like
$1.25 or something.
It's cheaper in there than you would get in the vending machine.
Yep. You may need to hit the cafeteria on your way out. It is starting to smell good. That's it for this show.
You going to get some?
How are we finishing today? Have you thought of a hymn?
I haven't thought of a hymn.
thought one of these days you're going to come in here and like try to stump the choir leader. See if you can name a song that I don't know.
Oh, that you don't know? Won't be able to do that. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I got some that I've remembered from Resurrection, and Hearts on Fire.
Is that like conferences you went to?
Yeah, they had some bands. For King and Country.
If it's some of this newer stuff, I'd not be as good at that as I would be.
The City Harmonic.
The old classic hymns.
You know any of them? You know?
Oh, some of them. No.
Coach is a music connoisseur. You'll go down there to the weight room. They'll have Motown Monday, Throwback Thursday,
Oh, yeah.
Country Western Wednesday sometimes. I mean, he has different themes. And
I
them
think
kids
you've
are
mentioned that
exposed to
before,
all
yeah.
kinds of genres.
Is Flashback Friday a thing?
Absolutely. You got to expose these kids to good music.
Oh,
Yeah, because they sure don't listen to it. They listen to that, like we said earlier, that Tupac Shakur guy.
Hey, we had a good segment last week, Coach. We saw how many little rappers Coach Buchanan could name. He got 2.
Lil Wayne, who's the other?
Pretty much.
We gave him 1 because who was the one? Lil Wayne you got because he's been on there
Bow
with
Wow,
Undisputed.
is that a guy?
Yeah, that's who Sam mentioned. We gave you one of them because he was what brought it up. I can't remember who it was.
You can pretty much look at any object and probably guess it right.
Yeah.
Lil Desk.
Lil Uzi Vert.
What?
Lil Baby.
I had 2 of them. And
Lil Yachty.
They're all grown up now.
Lil Yachty.
Me and Mercy's about to hit the finish line here. Could be within the next week, next few days.
Got a lot left to do though.
It's sad.
Business ain't. What's that saying? Kobe said, "Job's not finished."
Job's not finished.
Is that it? Got a lot left to go. I meant to ask Sam when he was in here, what is the most amount of wins he has in a season? I know
I think
it was
it's
a lot.
33.
Was it 33? I was thinking it was 33 or 34 when Schultz was here.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, it's up there somewhere. Either 33 or 34.
I knew it was up there. It's still in the realm of possibility too. What's he at? 27, 2 regions, a sub-state. He'd have to win state to tie.
Win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just go do it then.
He had a lot of games that year.
Yeah. I got cut short this year because in years past we might play like 4 Hall of Champions games. This year we play 3. And then in the Ladies Classic, some years you play 4 or 5. This year we play 3. So we're down a little bit from the normal amount of games that we play. Just a couple. We're a couple off. All right, we got to figure out how to close out the show. We've been doing it with a hymn. Coach, let's see if you can stump the choir leader.
Oh boy.
You just got to think of an old hymn that says, well, wonder if he knows that one.
I'm thinking one we might have done this weekend. All the ones I can think of is all the benediction hymns that everybody knows.
Well, that won't be hard then.
The Baptist Church in America, just as I am.
Just as I am, without one plea, but that thy blood was shed for me, and that thou bidst me come to thee, O Lamb of God, I come.
Look forward to seeing you next week.
I come.
Great.
Bye.